Well, the shit box been sitting since September, I guess. So see if it starts. We got a flat. I'll have to pump it up. But today we're gonna take this thing apart, figure out what broke, and what we gotta do to fix it. So let's see. Oh yeah, like nothing ever happened. Let this battery charge up for a while. It's always had a draw, been sitting for, well, it's January, so what, 4 months? Never is gonna be good for it. Well, it still drives okay. Wanted to drive it around the block before we drive it to the shop, and it still makes that awful noise. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's weird. The noise comes out right on clutch release, especially when you're like slipping the clutch to get rolling. Like between gears isn't as bad, but yeah. Oh, and it grinds into first, as you can hear. So I think we have a clutch engagement issue, and we're gonna find something fucked up with this really expensive clutch, but we won't know for a couple more hours. So I'll see you guys then. So I made it to the shop. Just about got the shifter out. Car drives nice. Every time I drive it, I'm always like, I'm on the fence about keeping this thing like all the time. I always think about selling it and buying something different, but then I drive it and I'm like, man, this thing does drive good. It's a comfy car. The ride quality's not the best, but the driving position's comfy. You know, it's a fun car. I can't really complain about it more than I should. But I made this mistake before. I didn't disconnect the shifter when we did the diff, and it was a nightmare getting it back out. Just about got the exhaust off. Gotta loosen these clamps and slide it off and everything, but exhaust is done. Then we gotta do the toggle plate, and then control arms, shocks, wheels, tires. Still a bunch to go. It's all out, as you can see. Found one of the problems. The pilot bearing is smoked. Smoked my input shaft. That was probably the grinding noise on clutch release. Got the trans out, and diffs out. We're gonna send that out to get rebuilt. We'll send the shifter linkage out to T-Mod. He can do billet links or something, so I'm gonna get him to do that, just get it over with, unless like a new replacement one is cheap. Gonna wrap the diff up so the water gets in, put it back in tomorrow, send the rest out for shipping or for rebuilding. I'll grab a light and see if we can see in there. So can't really see in there, but the pilot bearing is smoked. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a new slave on anyway and probably go back to the GM Master to get the clutch out, which we're gonna end up doing because we gotta do the pilot bearing. Gotta get the headers off, so I'm gonna finally ceramic coat them. I never did that before, I don't know why, but I can do that myself, so why not? And yeah, and if the clutch looks like it's worn, I'm gonna send it back to McLeod and get them to rebuild it, because that is the thing they offer. So yeah, that's step one for now. Be back tomorrow, see if we can see anything in the trans without taking it too far apart. Obviously, if we're gonna send it out for a rebuild, we don't want to tear it apart. It's kind of fucked up. One header off. Time for the hard one. The worst bolt is right down there. Yeah, good times. Got a swivel socket, 12 inches of extension, and then down in there is my ratchet. Woohoo. So I don't know what that is floating around in there. It's like a piece of rubber. And those are all the rollers from the pilot bearing. Oh yeah. That would make some disgusting noises. So yeah, it's all buttoned back up. Everything's zip tied in a spot. We got the pilot bearing out. Gonna change the hydraulics at some point, not today. Gotta do some cleaning up. The headers are out, they don't look great. Like I was saying, they're stainless, but they must be a low grade. They're pretty rusty, pretty pitted. I'm gonna sandblast them, Cerakote them. I gotta do Zach's BMW ones, so I'll probably do them at the same time, just get it done. Since LS6 never had EGR, I don't need these EGR tubes. I cut them off, weld them shut. The clutch is the only thing that's kind of weird. So there's some hot spots on the flywheel, and let's see, get a clean spot on the rag. If I wipe all the debris off, you can see like it's hot spotted on one side and not the other. And if we look at the floater disc or whatever they call this side would go down here and sandwich one of the discs. It's the same way. It's hot spotted on one side and not the other. So that's concerning. Looking at the disc, I can't really tell anything. It looks like friction material. So that's what it is. Flywheel side. So that, you know, that sits like that. And the floater disc goes like that. And that bolts on here. And there's dowels that we're not going to put in because we're, you know. But you can see this side is pretty evenly hot spotted. And you can really feel them. Like I feel like I'm going to end up paying for a new one of these. Again, don't really know what happened. Flywheel side, top disc, and then yeah, the pressure plate similarly hot spotted. So I don't know what was going on there, but based on the dust, like this oil filter has like 200 miles on it, but you can see like there's like that's oily, but it's mostly clutch dust. Same thing down here. So maybe it had something to do with the pilot bearing. Maybe, you know, when you depress the clutch, it was moving the shaft or something. I don't really know. But yeah, you know, like I said, if I told myself if it came out again, we're gonna do everything. So the diff's gonna stay, but if I can find a 373 diff for a reasonable price in the next couple weeks, I might buy a 373 diff. If not, I'm not really stressed about it. Trans is ready to go for a rebuild. Not sure who's doing that still. McLeod will let you send a clutch back. I don't know how much. I'm going to do it anyway, just in case. I think all the hot spots and stuff, something is not right. So I'd like to just get a rebuild anyway. And I'm going to have to get one of these so you can see the taper that cut into it and all the grooves and shit. It's obviously not good. And that's just... So that's where the noise came from. So next video, hopefully, the next video for this car at least, hopefully it's going back together.